In this video lecture, I'm going to teach you guys about operators in Python programming. So, previously I was able to introduce you to how to use calculator or how to use Python as a calculator. So let's go ahead and look at some operators in Python formally. So we have multiplication, we have division, we have plus, we have minus, and so on. Let's go ahead and use it on PyCharm because we've never used that before. In your Python shell, you can go ahead and type in 2 multiply 2, and when you click enter, it gives you 4. But when you do that here, nothing is printed out for you because PyCharm doesn't tolerate that. You can only use that on your Python shell, but here you can't do that. If you want to print that out, go ahead and type print and go ahead and put 2 multiply 2 and go ahead and run this code, and this is 4. So don't ever think you can come to PyCharm and do 2 multiply 2 is equal to 4, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, this and that to give you that. No, it is never the same like Python shell. Alright, now if I have 2 multiply 2 and this gives me 8, how can I be able to do 2 raised to power 3? Because 2 raised to power 3 should give me 8. For you to do that, go ahead and do 2 multiply 2 multiply 3. So this is 2 raised to power 3, and if you run this, you will get 8. You see that? Just exactly the same thing here. So in that same way, if you do 3 multiply, let's go ahead and change this 2 to 3, and that will give us, let's check it out and check this, and this is 27 here. So it's just the same thing with saying 3 multiply 3 multiply 3. Let's run this again and let's check it out, and that is 27. Okay, so just the same way you do multiplication and other things, you can do 3 plus 7, and that will give you 10. And you can also do 3 minus 7 and run this code, it will give you minus 4. So you can still do exactly the same thing. Now let's assume you want to do 6 divide 3 or 6 divide 3, okay, and run this code. This will give you 2.0. So what in a case you don't need this point? What do? You don't need that. Go ahead and add another slash, and this is, and run this code. Let's check it out. See that this is 2 only and not 2.0. So I hope you've known the reason why I'm making this course on operators, irrespective of the fact that I've taught you how to use Python shell as a calculator, because there are some things you need to know which you need to see here. So you can see how you remove the dotted sign and other things. So let's assume that I have this to be, let's say 2 divided by 3, and let's run this, and this is 0.66666. And if you want to remove all these decimal points, go ahead and add another backward slash and run this code, and that is 0. So it gives you a whole number, an integer value, and no longer floats. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue. So you can also do this for modulus. Let's say you have modulus 5 modulus 2, and you run this code, it's going to give you 1 because the remainder of 5 divided by 2 is 2.1. So modulus gives you the remainder. So what in the case we put this into variables, and let's say x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 4 and z is equal to 5. Then let's go ahead and say print You know, if it's in Python shell, you might just go ahead and hit X, and that goes out and print that for you. But let's go ahead and say that this is X plus Y multiplied by X minus Y. Okay, so go ahead and run this code, and this is 6. Okay, that is 2 multiplied 4 is 8, and 8 minus 4 is 4, and 8 plus 2 is 6, and that is why you have 6 right here. So let's go ahead and remove this and do this in other form. So come on, let's go ahead and do this. Remove this guy, and let's say that we have X plus Y inside here, and let's go ahead and multiply this X minus Y. We're going to get different results entirely. Go ahead and run this, and this will no longer give us 6. So run this code, and you see that? Check out it. So this is 8. All right, so that is cool. Then the next thing that we need is, let's go ahead and you can do so many things here. You can go ahead and put numbers directly inside here and do that. And let's say we have 45 minus 71, and go ahead and divide this. It's a 45 multiply by 2 and minus 3, and you can run your code, and let's get the answer. So this is the answer we have here. All right, so that is cool. So this is all about operators in Python programming using PyCharm. Go ahead and check out anything and play around with all these. If you have any question under this video lecture, please use the question and answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.